Did you hear that? Hey, wait up.
Stop right there.
Whoa.
Will's Whereabouts is a YouTube channel that focuses on travel, adventure, and exploration. Run by a traveler named Will, the channel documents his journeys to various destinations, offering viewers a glimpse into the diverse cultures, landscapes, and experiences he encounters along the way. In January 2021, he goes stealth car camping in the beautiful countryside of Boz Hill, which is located in Surrey, England. For those of you who don't know, stealth camping basically means parking your camp van pretty much anywhere without having to pay for parking, and people usually do it anywhere from residential neighborhoods to the middle of nowhere. Upon arriving at the place, Will begins to prepare a campsite meal for himself. After having the meal, Will settles in for the night, looking forward to getting some rest. But in the middle of the night, some sinister screams wake him up.
I don't think I'm going to be getting much sleep tonight. There are people about 100 meters away, blazing music out. At least some good songs anyway. And some people screaming. Wish me luck, everybody.
A woman can be heard screaming from the forest. Will says that he saw some cars parked in the back, which is not far from where he was parked. Some people describe these sounds as a blend of pleasure and pain, which I think best describes this situation. But what exactly was going on deep in the woods that night is unanswerable.
This footage follows Tim and his two friends, Ben and John, as they embark on an eerie exploration of a supposedly haunted and abandoned house in the woods, rumored to be a location for strange, even satanic rituals. With excitement and a mix of trepidation, the three friends make their way to the secluded property, equipped with flashlights and a spirit of adventure. The atmosphere shifts from lighthearted to ominous as they arrive, surrounded by dark woods that add to the unsettling vibe of the situation. Initially, the group approaches the house with curiosity, joking around as they attempt to enter through the creaking old door. However, the tone changes once they step inside and are greeted by the derelict, decaying interior. Shadows play against the walls, and the sounds inside are unnerving, which heightens their awareness of every creak and rustle. The group navigates room by room, their flashlights catching glimpses of graffiti, strange symbols, and remnants of what appear to be ritualistic items, adding an element of fear to their exploration. As they proceed deeper into the house, they begin to notice the pungent smell of decay. The smell is overpowering, making them increasingly uncomfortable, and at times they even feel nauseated. The house's interiors show signs of vandalism and decay, with broken glass, smashed furniture, and walls covered in mysterious writings. Tension rises as the friends become more anxious, feeling like they are being watched or followed. There is an escalating sense of dread, and their playful banter fades into cautious whispers. A pivotal moment occurs when Tim senses something lurking nearby, and they start hearing inexplicable noises, suggesting that they are not alone. The sounds grow louder and more frequent, creating an atmosphere of suspense and fear among the friends. They decide to continue exploring despite the rising fear, trying to rationalize their experiences, but unease lingers heavily on them. At one point, Ben's confidence wavers, and he urges the others to leave, feeling that they have seen enough. John, however, seems less convinced, sometimes challenging their fear or dismissing their concerns as overreactions.
John! John, come on, man.
Dude, come on! All relax, you guys are so tight.
John, grow up, dude.
Dude, you're always like this, come on.
This dynamic adds tension within the group, as differing reactions to the fear heighten the overall uneasiness. Eventually, their nerves snap when they encounter a particularly disturbing sight, a locked door that appears scratched, as though someone or something tried to claw its way through. Their exploration abruptly turns chaotic when they hear more alarming noises that seem to be coming closer.
Guys, we need to go. I gotta puke.
Check this out.
Let's go back on that dude, Tim.
Whoa. Yeah, you alright? Dude, are you okay?
I got
Dude, man, it's not.
The doll's big, bro.
It's in. Hey.
yeah, guys, we gotta go, man. We gotta go.
Whoa.
Do you hear that? Oh my God! Go! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
In a frenzy, they attempt to leave, but the door they came through is mysteriously locked, trapping them inside. Panic sets in as they frantically search for another exit, banging on doors and trying to force their way out. Voices rise and tempers flare as the group experiences sheer terror, with loud banging sounds and the feeling that something unseen is closing in on them. They finally manage to break free from the house, running back into the woods without looking back. Breathing heavily, they stop a distance away from the house to gather themselves, still visibly shaken and unable to comprehend what they just experienced. The video ends with a tense silence as the friends vow never to return to the haunted location, each trying to process the fear and mystery of what they encountered inside the ominous, isolated house.
The following footage comes from the YouTuber, Exploring with Angelo, a YouTube channel dedicated to urban exploration, where Angelo ventures into abandoned buildings, forgotten places, and mysterious locations. The channel is known for its immersive content, often showcasing eerie and atmospheric explorations of sites that have been left to decay. In June of 2024, Angelo takes his viewers on a harrowing journey into one of the most ominous and feared locations he's ever explored, a forest rumored to be haunted and connected to satanic cult activity. According to local legends, the forest was once a site for satanic rituals, and many believe that the spirits of those involved in these rituals still linger there, creating an eerie and foreboding atmosphere. Angelo and his friend Brad start moving inside the forest. They have been on many adventures like this one before, but tonight was something different, something more sinister. They go deeper and deeper into the forest, in search of finding a spot to set up camp. The deeper they go into the forest, the more the sense of being watched by someone increases. They can hear eerie sounds, and at some points, they even claim that they might have seen someone.
Left.
Whoa. I just saw something down there. Okay, I'm gonna put this here for a second. I'll come back for that.
Okay.
I saw something move down there.
Yeah, we can do a little exploring if you want.
What scares them the most is their unpreparedness. On this rare occasion, they are unprepared for what dark things await them further in their journey.
Did you bring any protection?
Person? I may or may not have left my knife in the car.
Oh, shoot. We're so unprepared today.
Oh, we're very prepared.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
After a lot of searching, they finally find their spot for camping. They set up their camp, and now the footage starts rolling from inside their tent. As he begins to explain how exploring these haunted locations has affected him mentally, something horrific happens.
Honestly, I'm started, lately, it kind of feels like I'm being followed by a demon. And it's just, what the fuck is that? What is that noise? What is that noise? What is that?
Oh my god.
What is that?
Oh my god. That was loud, bro. What was that freaking whipping sound? What the hell was that?
What was that? It sounded like it came from there.
Yo, get your light, dude. Let's go see what that is. I'm freaking out.
My body's around here.
Oh my god.
Is there a window? Oh, there is a window.
You see anything?
No.
Dude, it just said that my body's around here. There could be a dead body up on this mountain, dude.
Oh my god, there's somebody over there. There's literally somebody there.
Okay.
What the What the
Their tent is shaken and a loud whipping noise can be heard after this. Angelo peeps out of the tent window and he says that there is a shady figure outside who is watching them. They somehow make their minds up and decide that they have to go outside and check whatever it is that Angelo saw. They go outside and there is nothing there. If Angelo is telling the truth about seeing something there, what could it be? After not being able to see anything with the lights on, they decide to turn off the lights and see if their night visions catch anything. They claim that they can still see it, but unfortunately, there is no video proof to back it up. After wandering around in the dark for a while, they decide to go back to their tent and see if they can communicate through a spirit box.
Why did it tell me to move back? I don't know. That's right.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my! Oh my god! Oh my god!
I don't know.
Holy shit!
Holy mother of...
Holy f***. Are you okay? Oh my god, I'm sorry I ran out on you, bro. Oh my god.
Just turn that off.
Dude, it's grabbed you.
No, dude, it pushed me. Is there anything there? Do you see anything?
Holy shit, bro. It looked like arms, bro.
You saw arms?
It looked like arms. Holy f***. Oh. Oh. Oh my god, I've never seen anything like that before in my life.
Suddenly, Angelo gets pushed on his back, which makes Brad move out of the tent out of fear. While Brad gets out, we can also see that there is nobody there. Brad claims that he saw some sort of arms that pushed Angelo forward, but then again, it is not visible in the footage. They kept looking around, but there was nothing there. After this encounter, they decided that it was time to get out of there. They also promised themselves that they will never return to this forest ever again. If Angelo and Brad were telling the truth about the things that they saw in this forest, could it be the spirits of the satanic cults? Are the legends told about this forest true? Perhaps some things should be better left unexplored.
Jared Coker Urbex is a YouTuber who ventures into abandoned and derelict locations, offering a unique perspective on forgotten places. His videos capture the eerie beauty of decay, from crumbling buildings to deserted sites, while sharing the history and stories behind these locations. Each exploration offers a mix of adventure, curiosity, and sometimes suspense. In this video, Jared Coker takes viewers on an urban exploration adventure that quickly escalates into a tense and dangerous situation. The video begins with Jared Coker returning to an abandoned pet treat manufacturing factory in Wichita, Kansas, which he had previously explored a year before. His first visit to this massive factory had been successful, and he was eager to revisit and document more areas he had missed previously. The factory is a sprawling, eerie complex, with various structures, rusted machinery, and abandoned objects left behind after it was shut down. As Jared begins his exploration, he follows a familiar creek path that he used during his first visit, hugging the trees to avoid being seen. The area remains largely unchanged, with some new cars outside the factory, which piques his curiosity. He enters one of the smaller buildings first, exploring areas he hadn't seen before. He finds old tools, parts, and filing cabinets, documenting the decrepit state of the structure while narrating his thoughts. The atmosphere is tense, and the frequent creaks and noises in the wind add an eerie feel to the adventure. As Jared moves deeper into the factory, he comes across machinery that intrigues him. Large industrial contraptions, conveyor belts, boilers, and furnaces, all left to rust. He climbs up sketchy scaffolding to get a better view of the factory's layout, remarking on how impressive the place looks from higher up. Jared pushes on, captivated by the mechanical marvels of the abandoned factory. One of the most unsettling discoveries he makes is the presence of bones scattered throughout the site. As the factory used to manufacture pet treats, Jared speculates that the bones might be related to the manufacturing process, but their presence still gives the place a creepy, haunting vibe. Things take a dramatic turn when Jared notices a car pulling into the factory grounds. He initially doesn't think much of it, but as the car moves closer, it becomes clear that something is wrong. The vehicle enters through a gate, and Jared realizes that the person driving may be dangerous. The man starts opening a second gate and approaching the factory. Jared, now in a panic, begins planning his escape, unsure of where to go and worried about being cornered inside the massive, crumbling building. The situation intensifies as Jared tries to sneak out without being seen, but the man continues to close in. Jared is unsure if the man is armed, which raises the stakes. At one point, Jared hears what he believes to be a gunshot and starts to panic. The man appears to be searching for him, making it increasingly difficult for Jared to find a safe exit from the factory. After sneaking through various parts of the factory, Jared is confronted by the man who turns out to be a self-proclaimed security guard with a gun.
Whoa, whoa.
Stop right there.
Whoa.
Who else is with you?
Oh, it's just me. You scared me to death.
Okay. Get over there now.
What?
Sit down. Give your handcuffs.
Huh?
Put them on. Got it?
Okay.
Either I can put them on or you can put them on. Take your pick.
I've never put on handcuffs before.
Just put them on each side of you. How's that? Put them in front of you. That way you can carry them in front, okay?
What's gonna happen?
But what's going to happen is the police is going to come and then you take your name and they'll get you for criminal trespassing. It's nothing these days. A lot better than me shooting you, isn't it?
Was that what I heard?
Yeah.
What'd you shoot at?
Shoot it. See people, I shoot at them.
There
If
was
they
someone-
run, you shoot. There you go.
Is
Okay?
there someone else here?
Yeah.
The man, who seems unhinged, forces Jared to put on handcuffs and tells him that he could have shot him but chose not to. The man explains that he often shoots at people trespassing on the property and warns Jared not to run. Jared nervously complies as the man calls the police. The conversation is unsettling, with the man casually mentioning his use of deadly force as though it's routine.
Yeah.
Be cool, nothing will happen, okay?
Alright.
I shot one guy this week, another one. It's alright. I'm not gonna shoot you. Don't you see? Something says a use of deadly force. What do you think that is?
I thought that was kids spray paint.
No, that's me telling you I'll shoot you.
The situation feels even more surreal when the guard expresses indifference to the fact that he nearly shot Jared. Eventually, the police arrive after a long wait. Jared is arrested for trespassing, even though it's clear that the real threat was the armed security guard who had been shooting at people. Jared is taken to the local county jail, where he goes through the usual procedures of being booked, fingerprinted, and placed in a holding cell. During this time, he overhears a radio call about a shooting at the same factory, indicating that after Jared was taken away, the security guard had shot at 2 other people. Fortunately, those 2 individuals only suffered non-life-threatening injuries, as the guard's gun turned out to be non-lethal, firing pellets instead of real bullets. Jared reflects on the absurdity of the situation, noting that while he was arrested for a minor trespassing charge, the truly dangerous individual, who had admitted to shooting at people, was allowed to stay behind.
Travel with Gary and Amika is a YouTube channel featuring a father-daughter duo, Gary and Amika, as they embark on various travel adventures together. The channel highlights their unique bond as they explore different destinations, offering a heartwarming perspective on travel through the eyes of both a father and his daughter. On March 1st, 2023, this video was uploaded on their channel. They were running and scooting in the Tentsmoor Forest, which is in the north of Scotland. As they were wandering around in the woods, Amika told her father that she can hear some voices near them. After they started looking around, they found this creepy place.
We just heard some voices, and Amika was like, "What's that noise?" Yeah.
Yeah.
So we just stopped to look in these woods. Look at how scary that is. Put the torch on. Whoa.
Look at that one. Mom's got red and black hair.
That is weird, isn't it? Look at them, they're everywhere.
Eek.
Here's even one on the ladders.
Oh, there's someone lying on the ground. Without
Falling
any
over. Look at the one on the ladders going up the tree.
legs. Oh, yeah.
What about the washing line over there to the left? Yeah, there. Keep it there. That is weird, isn't it?
Dozens of creepy mannequins can be seen in the space, And in addition to that, there is also a cabin that has the most disturbing paintings hanging onto it. While still looking around, exploring the place, Amika notices a car approaching them.
There's a car coming up there.
I've got a clue. Cool though. Found it quite cool to look at. Right, this is where we paid to get in down here. Here, take this.
They're chasing each other. Yeah, swap.
Swap. Like I said, that was the weirdest thing I think I've ever seen. Right then,
Yeah, it really
let's get out of here.
weird.
I think that car is coming down here.
This adds to the intense environment of this situation, and Gary claims that it freaked him out, but he keeps his cool and doesn't let his daughter feel how freaked out he is. They got back to their van safely and didn't meet the approaching car. There are many theories as to why this place is the way it is. Some people say that this place might have been used by cults to perform their practices. However, the reason behind this place as of now is still unknown.
In the video titled "Who Was Watching Us on the Abandoned Care Home Stairs" by the YouTube channel Finders Beepers History Seekers, Matt and Andy explore an abandoned care home that was notorious for abuse and poor living conditions. The video opens with Matt and Andy discussing the tragic history of the care home. They describe how residents, often paying up to £1,000 a month, were subjected to mistreatment and neglect. Their home, which is about 170 years old, was once a place of grandeur with high ceilings and intricate woodwork, but it has since been left to deteriorate. In state, Matt and Andy are determined to explore the site. They move through various rooms. They make their way through what was once the entranceway of the care home, where they find an old piano, adding to the haunted, nostalgic feel of the place. If we look at the footage in slow motion, we can clearly see a shadow-like figure move. It's not clear what it actually is, but it seems like a human. Walls are covered in strange green stains, which Matt compares to the movie The Exorcist. A feeling of unease persists as they continue their investigation, though they don't claim to have seen any ghosts.
Sean is another passionate YouTuber who shares his love for van life through his YouTube channel called Love Sundays. Sean documents his life on the road, sharing his experiences of van life, travel, and the challenges and joys of living in a mobile home. In addition to documenting his van life adventures, he also shares his experiences with camping. On his stealth camping venture in September of 2022, Sean is headed to Cornwall, which is in the United Kingdom. Upon arriving, he begins to look for a spot to camp. After he finds one, the video is cut straight to him cooking dinner. After he is done cooking, he goes out to look for a spot to eat his dinner in peace. Things were going swiftly, but as the night arrived, the creepiness came with it. Earlier, while entering the van for the night, he noticed another van parked in front of his van. At first, he thought nothing of it except the gathering of this many vans may result in being asked to vacate the spot he was staying at. Regardless, he goes to bed and calls it a night. At around 2 a.m., he is woke up to some noise that he heard coming from outside. These clear, knocking-like sounds coming from outside. These sounds are almost as if somebody is trying to break into the van. Sean feels so uneasy about this situation and doesn't know what to do about it. He decides to peep out of the window and see what is outside, but there is nothing except this truck passing by. As Sean sees the morning sun, he gets out of the van and starts enjoying his morning coffee while also looking at the other van aside from the night before. Who do you think was knocking on his door during the night? I personally don't think that it was the people in the van. I think it might have been some robber looking to get an easy score, but it is not clear who it was.
Exploring with Tom is a YouTube channel that dives into the hidden corners of the world, with a focus on urban exploration, often finding himself in abandoned buildings and mysterious locations. His channel offers a mix of adventure and curiosity as Tom takes viewers along on his discoveries. In April of 2023, Tom and a group of friends, including Danny, Jack, and Alfie, attempt to explore an abandoned hospital at night. The group discussed their apprehensions about the exploration. Even though they have explored abandoned locations before, they express a heightened sense of unease this time. The hospital, which has been abandoned for years, looms ominously as the group prepares to enter. There is a palpable sense of fear and tension in the air as they comment that something feels different about this particular night. Unlike their previous adventures, the eerie atmosphere surrounding the hospital adds an unsettling edge to their usual confidence. Once inside, the group immediately notices that the place has been disturbed. Several doors appear to have been kicked in, adding to their discomfort. This discovery makes them increasingly anxious as it suggests that someone else has been there recently, or worse, might still be inside. Despite their nervousness, they decide to continue their exploration, hoping to document paranormal activity, which is the initial goal of their visit. The group splits up to investigate various parts of the hospital, calling out into the darkness to see if anyone or anything is present. They are hoping to capture evidence of paranormal phenomena, and their curiosity drives them to perform a ritual that they believe might stir up supernatural entities. As they walk through the desolate halls, the members of the group try to remain composed, though their nerves are clearly on edge. They constantly stop to listen for any unusual sounds. At one point, they reach a spot where a nurse is rumored to have been seen walking through the hospital. This location is said to be haunted, and the group is eager to see if they can capture any evidence of the nurse's spirit. Suddenly, they hear an unexplained noise, which sends a wave of fear through the group.
This is where the fucking nurse was spotted down there.
This is who I think it is. You're pathetic.
Don't say that, man. You've been
I want a loud bang. Give us a fright if you can.
No, calm down, calm the f*** down. Calm the f*** down.
The noise is faint but distinct enough to catch their attention. They try to communicate with any entities that might be present, asking them to make another noise or give some sort of sign. Just when the group decides to leave, they make one last attempt to provoke a response from whatever might be lurking in the hospital. They ask for a loud noise to be made, hoping to hear something definitive before they exit. Moments later, they hear an incredibly loud noise echoing through the empty building. This noise, much louder than anything they had heard before, startles them, and they begin to feel an overwhelming sense of urgency to get out. As they move toward the exit, their worst fears are realized. They encounter a man inside the hospital.
Hello? Hello? What? Go! 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 Yo! Come! Yo! Shit! Everyone okay? Everyone okay? Keep calm. Calm down. Yo, are you okay?
I'm going down.
Oh shit! Fuck this geezer! You okay? Go! I fell. Go!
Which way?
What are you up? Man! What the f***? Don't! What are you up? Get out! Slam the door! What are you up?
The man is not a ghost or supernatural entity, but a real, living person, and he begins to chase them. The group is thrown into chaos, running through the dark hallways as fast as they can to escape the unknown man. The man follows them relentlessly, and the group is forced to navigate the decaying hospital at high speed, trying to avoid him. The video's climax comes as the group finally manages to escape the hospital, but even once they are outside, they remain on edge. They are unsure if the man is still following them, and the fear of being caught lingers as they regroup and try to figure out what just happened.
The YouTuber known as Under the Weather is an ever-growing YouTuber who shares his experiences getting outdoors, wild camping, trekking, and hiking throughout the various places in Scotland. On a cold day in November of 2022, Under the Weather is ready to go on his first winter camp of the year. He is going to a location that he calls a Secret Scottish. After arriving at the campsite, he starts to make his tent at the location, which is near the waterfall. He finishes setting up the tent, and after having dinner, he starts getting his sleeping bag ready for the night.
Hello? 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 Now the thing is, I'm kind of on an island here, so there's river on that side, river on that side. It's very hard to get down here if it's a human, that is. Hello? Typical, now I can't hear a thing. Right, I'll turn the light off. I've got a knife in here. I've got a knife. I've got a knife. Right.
At around 3 a.m., he is woken up by some sounds that he claims to have sounded like laughing and grunting. These sounds make him very cautious, as he firmly believes that there is actually somebody out there. To scare it off, he begins shouting that he has a knife on him. This emphasizes once again how firmly he believes that there is somebody outside, and he is not afraid to use a knife if it comes to that. He finally decides that he is going to go outside and take a look to see if there is somebody outside.
Well, that definitely sounded like somebody there. But there's no one here. Every time I come out, it's empty. Unless I come out the fucking river. I don't even think. No, because as I said, I'm basically on an island, so there's no way that anyone could actually get it. Jesus Christ! Hello? 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 Jesus Christ! That.
Once he gets outside, there is nobody there, but he hears these sounds again, which makes him not go further into the wild. He gets back to his tent and tries to communicate with whatever he thinks is outside. Since there is no response, he decides to sleep, but with the knife in his hands. At around 8 a.m., he wakes up after this terrifying experience, and then he starts reflecting on the night. Amidst all the chaos that occurred during the night, he was thankfully safe, and after a truly wild camping experience, he got out of the campsite. If you're already scared, I advise you to leave this video because it's only going to get more scary from here.
The YouTube channel Paranormal Adventures focuses on documenting real-life paranormal investigations. The team behind the channel explores various haunted locations, conducting investigations to capture potential evidence of the supernatural. Their content often includes ghost hunts, eerie encounters, and reviews of haunted places. In this episode, the team takes viewers on a spine-chilling exploration of an abandoned hospital in Dallas, Texas. The hospital, deserted for over 22 years, has gained a notorious reputation for its dark, eerie atmosphere and paranormal activity. Filmed on Friday the 13th, the narrator, along with a security guard, experiences unexplainable phenomena like intelligent responses through a spirit box and doors violently slamming shut. The video opens with the narrator, an urban explorer and paranormal investigator, introducing the setting. The hospital is an abandoned psychiatric facility shut down in the 1980s due to malpractice and lack of funding. Despite efforts by some parties to buy and renovate the building, it remains a decaying, dangerous structure with over 70 safety code violations. The hospital has a dark history, and as the exploration unfolds, the narrator and his companion discover just how terrifying the place truly is. As they enter the hospital, the security guard directs them to the basement, claiming that the fun stuff is there. They begin exploring the basement where they find old medical equipment, biohazard containers, and a crematorium. The place is filled with trash and cockroaches, adding to the unsettling environment. The security guard recounts strange occurrences he's witnessed during his time guarding the hospital, including wet footprints mysteriously leading away from puddles with no one in sight. He admits that while he doesn't believe in ghosts, he has seen things he can't explain. The investigators use various equipment, including a spirit box and electromagnetic field meters, to detect paranormal activity. The EMF meters start lighting up in areas with no electricity, suggesting the presence of some unknown energy. The narrator describes how certain areas, such as a staircase, show unusually high readings, even though there's no logical explanation for the electrical spikes. One of the eeriest sections they visit is the elevator shaft, where a young girl reportedly died after falling down. As they approach the shaft, the EMF meters go off, signaling a paranormal presence. The security guard mentions that previous guards have reported seeing the spirit of the girl, who would play with them by rolling objects like a ball. One guard even quit because of the constant encounters with her ghost. As they continue their exploration, the group experiences various paranormal phenomena, including the sound of doors slamming behind them. The security guard recounts how doors have mysteriously slammed shut on multiple occasions during his patrols, even when the rooms were empty. The investigators move to the upper floors of the hospital, where they notice a significant temperature change. The air becomes hotter as they ascend, which could be attributed to rising hot air, but the security guard points out that the ventilation system is the same throughout the building. One of the most unsettling discoveries comes when they stumble upon a room filled with what appears to be fake blood and skeletons.
What the hell? What the?
There's one prop skeleton too.
Oh my god, this is unreal.
The security guard explains that some of the bloodstains might not be fake. He had previously notified the police about coagulated blood found in the hospital, which didn't behave like typical fake blood. This revelation adds a disturbing layer to their exploration, suggesting that the hospital may have been used for darker purposes after its abandonment. Throughout their investigation, the EMF meters continuously pick up readings, especially near the elevators, and they feel as though they are being watched. The security guard mentions that he has experienced similar feelings during his time working at the hospital. The exploration becomes increasingly intense as they venture deeper into the hospital. The sound of footsteps and movement follows them, even though no one else is inside the building. The security guard shares that his dogs refuse to enter the hospital at night and often bark at nothing when they are near the building, as though sensing something unseen. The group eventually makes their way back to the basement, where the most terrifying moments of the investigation occur.
Come in here. I have my dog in my gun.
What the was that?
That's why I have my gun, man.
They hear what sounds like a baby crying, a chilling noise that echoes through the empty hallways. The security guard warns the narrator not to provoke whatever is causing the sounds, explaining that doors have been known to slam violently when the spirits are angered. Despite the guard's warnings, they decide to investigate further. As they approach a door that had moved on its own earlier, the tension reaches its peak. The narrator opens the door, only to find no one inside. The realization that they are truly alone in the hospital, despite the overwhelming sense of being watched and followed, makes the experience even more terrifying.
Creepy Outdoors is a YouTube channel that takes you deep into the eerie and unsettling side of nature. This channel delves into the mysterious and the macabre, exploring the chilling tales and unsettling encounters that can occur only far from the safety of civilization. On 26th of October 2022, he uploaded this video on his channel where he is on one of his usual alone camping hiatus. The video starts at night, and in the beginning, we can hear the growing growling sounds of the hunting pack of coyotes. After sitting there in silence and listening to these growing growls for some time, Creepy Doors decides that it's time to move and explore the woods at this creepy hour. As he moves forward, the sound of animals increases with each footstep, and so does the intensity of what he might encounter going forward.
Everything here is dead or dying.
After encountering more and more dead trees, he experiences perhaps the most creepy and sinister moment of his life.
Oh, hi. What the hell? I need to get out of here. Oh, boy. Ooh. Okay. That was fucking creepy. I need to get out of here. Ooh. Talking about which Blair Project.
He was walking like usual with the flashlight on, but just when he turned it off, a sound coming from the woods can be heard saying, "I see you," in a very creepy tone of voice. Creepy Outdoors tries to communicate with whatever it is that just said it can see him, but there is no response. After he turns on his flashlight again, we can now see how anxious and frightened he actually was. He rushes his way back to the camp while also trying to convince himself that it could be another camper who was just messing with him, but then again, the camping spot that he is at is very secluded and there aren't many people that camp there. He again sees these fallen trees on his way, which adds to the creepiness of the situation. After being disoriented on his way to the camp, he finally finds his way and gets back to the camp. In the end, he considers himself very fortunate to have caught this creepy encounter on camera, but at the same time, very lucky to come out safe from this encounter.
Urbex Hill is a YouTuber known for his thrilling urban exploration adventures. He specializes in venturing into abandoned and forgotten locations, from eerie hospitals and decrepit factories to once grand mansions left to rot. His videos capture the haunting beauty of decay and the history behind each location, often uncovering hidden stories and mysteries. What sets Urbex Hill apart is the immersive atmosphere he creates. In this video, he offers a gripping urban exploration of the abandoned Westinghouse Electric Factory in Cleveland, Ohio. The video is an unsettling yet fascinating journey into the ruins of what was once a major industrial site. The Westinghouse factory, abandoned since 1979, is now a decayed relic, and the explorer ventures into it at night, providing an eerie atmosphere that quickly escalates into a disturbing experience. Once a bustling hub of activity with 7 different buildings, most of the site has been demolished. The factory looms large as a symbol of industrial decay, but it's also an active reminder of Cleveland's past. As the narrator enters the main building, he comments on the factory's state of destruction. Floors are rotten, Walls have crumbled, and the overall atmosphere is one of decay. Despite the decrepit state of the building, he is cautious but eager to explore deeper into the factory. His commentary is casual at first, pointing out structural damage like giant holes in the floors. Quickly, the exploration takes on a more ominous tone when gunshots are heard in the distance. The sound is jarring but not entirely unexpected for an urban explorer in Cleveland. The proximity of the gunfire adds a layer of danger to the exploration, making it clear that the ruins are not the only potential threat. About 20 minutes into the exploration, the tension reaches new heights when the narrator descends into the basement. This part of the factory is dark, damp, and filled with the sound of water dripping from the damaged ceilings. As the narrator shines his flashlight around, the environment becomes increasingly oppressive. The camera captures long, eerie shots of narrow hallways and flooded rooms, underscoring how desolate and unsettling the space has become. It is in this basement where the explorer finds something truly disturbing.
This place is so wet. Oh, you scared the f*** out of me. Yo. You need some help, bro? Yo. Fuck that. He's not even responding. I'm gonna leave him alone. Get the f*** out of his way.
A man sleeping in the dark. The sight catches him off guard, and his immediate reaction is one of shock and fear. The narrator calls out to the man but receives no response. Fearing the worst or simply not wanting to disturb the individual, he backs away, expressing concern for the person's safety. His voice conveys genuine unease, which is palpable for the audience. The man, who remains unmoving and silent, adds a haunting human element to the exploration. After encountering the man, the narrator begins to reflect on the sad reality of someone living in such horrific conditions. He decides to leave a $20 bill for the man, showing his empathy. However, when he returns to the spot where the man was, the man has disappeared. This mysterious disappearance heightens the tension even more, as the narrator is now unsure of where the man could have gone or if he will encounter him again deeper in the factory. The combination of fear and compassion creates an emotional conflict within him. His fear of the unknown and his discomfort with the unsettling situation clash with his desire to help. It becomes clear that the abandoned factory isn't just an empty shell. It's a space that people, perhaps out of necessity, still inhabit. As the exploration continues, the factory's environment grows more oppressive. The narrator frequently hears noises, some possibly from animals, others perhaps from unseen people lurking in the shadows. He encounters more evidence of human presence, including bullet casings and makeshift living spaces. The combination of decayed industrial remnants and signs of human activity adds a disturbing, almost post-apocalyptic quality to the site. The tension spikes when the narrator hears voices in the distance. He becomes increasingly nervous, speculating that there might be more people living in the factory, but he's unsure of their intentions. Near the end of the video, the tension reaches its peak. The narrator stumbles upon more homeless people who seem unaware of his presence. This discovery feels like an invasion of privacy, and the narrator decides not to interact with them out of respect. However, the situation grows even more disturbing when he encounters a figure holding something in his hand. Unsure of what it is, the narrator quickly retreats, unnerved by the encounter. The constant sense of danger, coupled with the decaying environment, has created a chilling experience. As the exploration concludes, the narrator finally decides to leave the factory, visibly shaken by his experiences. I'm out.